You are here on purpose with a purpose by design. Today is an amazing episode, and you are going to be so glad you're here. I have Ify Mccoy and his team with me today, and they are going to be telling us all about a new opportunity for children and for youth. It's an academy called Unscripted Voices Academy, and its mission is to raise up quality leaders, confident leaders who are ready and able at any time to speak up and speak out, be an advocate, and make a difference in this world. You are absolutely going to love this show. I love the vision that Ify Mccoy carries so much that not only did I want him on the program to be able to tell the world what he's doing, but I got involved to be one of the mentors, teachers, and helpers to push his vision out. So with no further ado, I welcome to the Pamela Show. Welcome them with me. Come on, Unscripted Voices. Woo! Now, this is amazing because it is part of a community that I am a part of, and I'm very passionate about it. I imagine you can hear that in my voice. I don't want to waste any time. I want to totally introduce you to the founder, the creator, Ify Mccoy. Welcome, Ify Mccoy, to the Pamela Show. I'm so excited to have you, the creator and founder of Unscripted Voices and Unscripted Voices Academy. Welcome, Ify. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. It's an awesome pleasure to be on your show. I've been looking forward to it. Today is one of the great days. So I really appreciate you for having me on the show today. It's really an awesome experience. It's gonna be tonight.
Thank you for this amazing shirt because it is awesome. And everybody has those shirts. All of your people do. So you're going to see lots of these shirts in the next 2 weeks, everybody. You're going to see these shirts. You're going to be dreaming about Unscripted Voices blue t-shirts. And you're going to learn all how to plug in. And so I could go on, and I could talk about Ify Mccoy, as he calls himself, your boy, Ify Mccoy.
But if you're under the age of 10, is your uncle Ify Mccoy.
Why don't you take over and tell us all about who is Ify Mccoy and what is Unscripted Voices and Unscripted Voices Academy? Take it away.
Well, you already know who Ify Mccoy is. It's your boy, Ify Mccoy, blessed and unstoppable. And with God, all things are possible. Listen, it is a wonderful time to be on your show today, Pamela. I can't express enough how joyful I am today. So, but you asked what is Unscripted Voices. Unscripted Voices has been an idea in my heart for a very long time, over years. You know, people think that we just came up with Unscripted Voices when we joined the Power Voice system. Yes, the Power Voice system brought out what was already in me. They thought the idea has always been on me. And when I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe, to his blessed memory, one of my mentors, he says something that is very striking. He said that if you have an idea that keeps coming back and back and back, you have to be rest assured that that idea is coming from God. So when the Unscripted Voices came up again, I knew there was something special about that idea. The first time it came to my mind was about a decade ago when I thought about a speech organization. Now we can handle impromptu speeches and all that. But that was a time the internet has not really been revolutionized the way it is today. So then it was still, I was having a mind of, bringing people together and have, impromptu speeches and all that. But then when the pandemic strikes, we are all, you know, physically distanced, but we became virtually more connected. And that was when the idea become more immense. And when I joined the Power Voice system, and thank God I did, and I'm still so grateful to Les Brown and John Tallarico for bringing out the best in all of us. So, and that was when the idea was fully bedded. And I consulted one of my friends, and I say, Precious, this is an idea I have. What do you think about it? She said, oh, it's pretty good. I said, okay, how can we give it a name? So we started brainstorming. There are so many names that came, but then that word came to my mind: unscripted voices. If we have to be instant, if we have to know how to handle our craft in terms of being impromptu, then being unscripted is one of the best names that we can you know, think of as at that point. So when I thought about the name Unscripted Voices, I knew it. You know what Les Brown said, that some things you have thought, some things you caught. I caught that one and lay hold of it. I wasn't ready to let it go because I knew this was exactly what it's all about. So, and that was how Unscripted Voice started. And the first show was hosted by Precious, and I still, you know, laugh about it today because she was in a park hosting the a whole Unscripted Voices. I said, Precious, what are you doing in the park hosting Unscripted Voices? And he said, man, that was her first date with her husband today. So I said, because of, you know, that the date, well, because of what you did has yielded the result, because you have such a wonderful man as your husband. I said, I'm going to forgive you for hosting Unscripted Voices in the park. You know, so, and that also gives us ideas. You know, we started saying that if you are not at home, you cannot participate in the show, because we want you to be at home. We want you to be comfortable. And that was how we got the idea that make sure that this is a great show. So the Unscripted Voices came into existence, you know, because I believe that each and every single one of us, we have the power, we have the impetus, we have the abilities and the inspiration to speak at any given moment. Right? We have eyes and we see clearly, and we have ears and we hear clearly, but there is something that the universe are not really utilizing so much as they should, which is our mouth. You know, you have to be able to speak at instant. You have to be able to be impromptu at any given time, because you were giving your mouth to speak. And just like Les Brown says, speak out, speak. And this platform is meant to really give you confidence. We just finished the Tuesday Night Raw, and I was telling people over there that one discipline in one area of your life is discipline in all areas. And anything that gives you fear in one area of your life gives you fear in every area of your life. So if you are afraid of speaking, believe you me, you're going to be having fears in all other areas of your life. At the same time, if you conquer the fear of speaking, if you conquer the fear of stage fright, if you conquer the fear of coming to the public and speak to people, then you are conquering the fears in every other aspect of your life. And that is why Unscripted Voices is so important, and it is strategically designed and equipped to help us to be instant, to help us to be ourselves. Remember, it is unscripted. So everything you speak about are the things that comes from your subconscious. Your subconscious is the real you. Your face is not really the real you. You know what I'm saying? The things you speak sometimes are not really the real you. The real you is your subconscious. And that is why when you come on the show, we give you a title that you have no idea of. That is how we know how much you have grown. That is how we know the kind of messages you listen to, the kind of books you read, the kind of things you put in your mind, because they are going in your subconscious. So when you come on the show, you bring out everything that has been in your subconscious, and then you become the champion you are. So that's why we have so many groups. In the group right now, we have the weekly title dropout. And of course, after that, we have the Tuesday Night Raw. And then we also have the Last Man Standing, is a new show we just introduced. So if you are not yet in the group, you are missing out, especially if you want to be a speaker. And then that was how the Unscripted Voices Academy came into existence. I want to share this story real quick, how the Unscripted Voices Academy came into existence, because we have had the Unscripted Voices have been successful. People have been, you know, pouring in. People love the show so much. So I was watching a friend's video on Facebook, Sasha Lane, and her little angel, Jada, she was just speaking and speaking and speaking. I'm like, wow, that girl, she got some stuff going on. She got so much potential. And I called Sasha. I'm like, how old is your daughter? She said 9. I said, okay. I said, maybe we just have to put some things together for children because these children have potentials. Because one of the better things you can do for your children is to identify their seed. My favorite book says, go to the world and be fruitful. Now, before you can be fruitful, you need to be seedful. That means that for you to be fruitful, you have the seed in you, and your work as a parent is to identify that seed. But because of the business of life, because of the other things taking away your attention, it is hard for you to help your children to discover that seed. So what we do in Unscripted Voices Academy is to help your children identify their seed, identify their brain bed, identify their purpose, so that when they get released to the world, they can compete in this fast moving. Listen, we say this is an attention-seeking economy. If you are not equipping your children, they are gonna be frustrated trying to meet up with the things going on in the world. So the Unscripted Voices Academy is for children from the age of 9, 10 to their teenage years. We're going to equip them on public speaking, on writing, on script writing, on reading, on discovering their purpose, on leveraging on their brain bed, emotional intelligence, presence. All these are things we have fully organized for your children in the Unscripted Voices Academy. So you are not just getting entertained in the Unscripted Voices, but you are also getting your children equipped. We are just modifying and exemplifying what the future is going to be.
Wow. Ify, if this was a mic, okay, we're pretending it is.
We just dropped it.
Okay, so 2 things that I just need to circle back to with you, and I would love for you just to give us a little bit more because it is so powerful. You said, I have my notes here, if you conquer fear in one area of your life, you're conquering it in all areas of your life. Now that hit me like, wow, that is so powerful. And for youth today and children, I mean, think about everything that's going on in the world all around us and how kids are being told it's dangerous, it's scary, there's so much darkness out there, COVID, you can't go out, mask wearing. And I'm not downplaying any of that stuff. It's very important. But it has been a very long time that there has been a group of children growing up in an environment like this. I mean, I can go back to like my father-in-law who's 92, and he'll tell you what life was like when he was growing up. There's a lot of similarities. However, these children might have some of those similarities in the whole idea of the craziness of the world. But with technology, I mean, they can hear about what's happening across the world before you and I can. You know what I'm saying? So as you were talking about that, I thought that is huge when it comes to our children, to help them address fear so they can be in faith.
Right.
So could you just share from your heart for another minute or so, or minute or two, we'll take what you want about that statement?
You see, this is from my own personal experience. And I was having a show the other time. I was talking about that the Ify Mccoy you see right now is not the same Ify Mccoy there was 5 years ago. There were levels and pedals to where I am today. And that's why I thank God for purpose discovery. And when I discovered my purpose, it gave me strength. And that is also important because one of the classes I'm going to be taking in the Unscripted Voices Academy is purpose discovery. Purpose is what gives you strength. Purpose is what gives you identity. Purpose is what gives you your passion. Purpose is what gives you stability. Purpose is what gives you every single thing. Purpose is what leads you to your passion. Like I said, any passion that is not found in your purpose will not last. So we're going to help those children to identify their purpose, which will invariably open doors for their passion. And when they are living in their passion, they start living in their elements. All right. So that is why conquering those fears. They say in the world today that public speaking is one of the #1 fears in people. And these children, they are learning this from parents. from guidance. But it's time for you to separate your children for the things that you could not break through while you're growing up. Because unconsciously, you are teaching them the same thing. You are infusing in them those ideas, those limiting beliefs. But you want to separate your children right now. You want to bring them to Unscripted Voices Academy, where they will learn confidence, where they will learn how to be competent in all areas of their life, where they will learn how to be emotionally intelligent, where they will discover their purpose. You know, so in discipline in that area is when we start conquering fears, especially the number one fear in the world, which is public speaking. If your children, your nieces, your cousins, if they conquer the fear of public speaking, they will conquer the fear of academic excellence. They will conquer the fear of not knowing what to do in life. They will conquer the fear of health. They will conquer the fear of finances. They will conquer every aspect of fears in their lives if they can conquer the fear of public speaking, the fear of coming to public and address the people. You might seem that is something that is, it might sound like a cliche, but this is real. It is real. All right, so that is why it's important, if those children are enrolled in the Unscripted Voices Academy, be rest assured they will be the unstoppable. Be rest assured they will coming out to really take over the world. They will come out to change the world because they have the power and they have the greatness in them to change their world.
Double mic, boom. My gosh, why would you not want any children, your grandchildren, your neighbor kids? Why wouldn't you want them empowered by this man and his team? I mean, come on. My kids are being empowered by him and this entire team. Did you hear what he said? Empower your children to find their purpose. We are passing the baton to them, to this next generation. They're getting it. It's going to happen just like it happened to you and I. We have been given an incredible gift that we can empower them for greatness. They don't have to wander around and wonder, why am I here? You said, and I'm quoting you, Ify, help the children identify their purpose and equip them to fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
That's Unscripted Voices Academy. Wow.
And if I want to add one thing, add one thing real quick, especially for parents, why it's important for them to bring their kids in Unscripted Voices. Sometimes we want our children to do what we did because we were successful in that area. And that's why there's a course I'm going to be taking. It's called Leveraging on Their Brain Bend. Is to help your children identify their areas of strength. We are not interested in their weaknesses. We are not interested in the things they are disadvantaged in. We are interested in their strength and the things that they are positive about, because we all have weaknesses and we all have strength. But in Unscripted Voices Academy, we leverage on their strength. Because look, the fact that you were an engineer doesn't mean your child would necessarily have to be an engineer. The fact that you are a pastor doesn't mean that your children have to be pastors. They have their own purpose. They have their own calling. They have their own abilities. I always give this illustration, right? I was traveling on the highway someday and I mixed my exit. Now, immediately I mixed my exit. I was like, damn, I just mixed my exit. But something just came to my spirit saying, if you know, you did not mix. I said to myself, sorry, that I took a wrong exit. And the thing came to my spirit saying that, no, you did not take a wrong exit. You took a wrong exit for yourself, because the person behind me is the right exit for them. The person in front of me is the right exit for them. But for me, it was a wrong exit. So the fact that you did architecture in school and you were successful, that does not mean your child would necessarily do the same. They have different calling. They have different purposes. So bringing your children to Unscripted Voices Academy, we're going to help them to discover their own purpose, their own gift, their own abilities. And then that is when they become very fulfilled in life, not just doing what you made them to do. And that is why also purpose discovery is important. We want to help your children before they go into college to identify the idea they have concerning their purpose. Because the reason you go to college is to refine your gift. You shouldn't go to college based on economic benefit. You want to go to college to refine your gift based on your purpose. And that is where you find true fulfillment. But these days, you want to go to college because of economic benefit. And we also help them to know the difference between the right thing and the good thing. Because when you ask your children to study law, that's a good thing. But if they don't have the correct brain bend to do that course, they are doing the wrong thing against the good thing. So the battle you have as a parent right now is you are not struggling to take a wrong decision. Your greatest battle is struggling to take the good decision against the right decision. You want your children to take the right decision, not a good decision. And if you want your children to do that, there's only one place you can have them. It is in the Unscripted Voices Academy. Pamela.
Oh man, so good, so good. Did you hear that? We're not going to major on the children's weakness. You know what? If you work on your weakness, all you have is a stronger weakness. Why would you want to major on that? We want to major on purpose, their purpose by design, right? That's what Unscripted Voices Academy is all about. I am super excited. Ify, you got to tell us all about the Academy and Unscripted Voices and talk to us about purpose, got us all excited for our children and the next generations. And today you get to introduce all your mentors. I love the tagline, meet the mentors. So I'm turning it over to you. Take your liberty, sir, and introduce us to your mentors.
It's always a pleasure being on your show. And the last time we were here, we talked about the Unscripted Voices. We talked about the Unscripted Voices Academy. But there's one thing that we all know, and I believe that we can always ascertain to that there is nothing that beats a great team. You know, I was listening to a preacher the other time, I think it's Bishop J. You said that you can be a wonderful preacher. You can be an exceptional, wonderful, prolific preacher, but you need a good congregation to excel. So that makes me to understand that it's not really about how good you are as an individual. It's not really about how eloquent you are. It's about the team you have. So when I tell you that we have the best team in the world, I am not exaggerating. I'm telling you the honest truth. With every sense of humility, I'm very pleased and I'm very passionate. Listen, I have a team. Let me tell you why this team is so special, Pamela. I don't have to be in a meeting to know what the outcome will be in terms of decisions making. I don't need to be there because we have people who understand what the mission is, who understand what the vision is. So even if one or two persons are not available on that meeting, be rest assured they will come out with the same result, with the same decision they would have if I was there or any other person was there. So I am so grateful about this team. And of course, the number one person that in this team that I want to introduce to you is Jillian. Y'all know Jillian as the backstage host in the Unscripted Voices programs, but Jillian is also going to be functioning very well in the Unscripted Voices Academy, and she's gonna introduce herself and also let you know the things she's gonna be handling in the Unscripted Voices Academy. Jillian.
Thanks, Ify, for the introduction, and thank you for having me. I am Jillian, and I'm so excited to be here. First of all, I come from a Brady Bunch family. I have a host of nieces and nephews, and I'm also an elementary school teacher. So I love working with kids. I love working with the youth. That's why I'm so excited to be a part of Unscripted Voices, Kids and Teens. What I will be teaching in this program is the affirmation course. So we're going to be going over how we gain confidence, what kind of affirmations can we create, and then also our mindset. So we're going to be building onto our mindset because we want to get you ready to be in tip-top shape, to present, to be the best you can be on camera. I joined Unscripted Voices so that I could give back to my community and the youth. I love working with kids, as I stated before, so I'm super excited to be here, and I think this is going to be an awesome experience. So make sure you join our team and click on the link to sign up. Thanks, Ify.
That was awesome. So the next person on the list is Menso. I call him Mr. President. You already know him. This dude is fully loaded, and there is no better person that would equip your children with so much knowledge, so much business-oriented knowledge than Mensur himself. Mensur, brother, come and share with the world what the reason for them to bring their children to Unscripted Voices Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mensur Pudic, and I'm a motivational speaker. You see, I joined Unscripted Voices because I wanted it to help children out, and I wanted it to help kids and teens. Growing up, I didn't know what I wanted it to do with my life. You know, I didn't have a positive group. I didn't have positive role models, and I think that's very important. What I'm going to do giving back is I'm going to teach kids the power of affirmations, the power of believing in yourself, having the right people in your group, being able to network for yourself, having communication skills, and how you can utilize all these resources and strategies to make it in your life, in your career. You know, I managed $500 million for a world-leading company, and I didn't know how I was going to get here, but I knew the basics. I believed in myself. I had the right people around me, and I started developing and taking courses that would develop me, so I highly recommend this course. My job is to give back everything that I've learned for the next generation so they can advance in their life with school, with their job, with the people that they surround themselves with, and even in their business and personal life. We're all here to help one another succeed. And the way we succeed is by helping and lifting others up. Thank you guys for having me on the Unscripted Voices and for being part of this journey and giving back to others. Thank you, Ify.
All right, that was great, Mensur, my man. I call him Mr. President. The next person is this powerful individual. This man is such an inspiration. He's such a mentor. He might not know that, but he is inspiring a lot of people around the world. And there is no better place to have this person inspire your children than on Unscripted Voices Academy. Stefan, he's a writer, an author, a speaker, a mentor. And listen, your children is better with this man. What's up, brother?
What's up, Ify? Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be with you here today, tonight. I am what some people call coach. My name is Stefan Leary, though. I've been a coach and a trainer for 27 years. I've been a teacher in high school, a teacher at the college level, and now I'm here as a part of Unscripted Voices. I'm so excited to be a part of this. Ify, thank you for having me as one of the mentors. There's nothing greater that I would want to do or where I would want to be than be a part of Unscripted Voices, where our goal is to impact young people, to help them find their purpose, to discover who they are, and challenge them to be the very best that God's called them to be. And so what I'm going to be doing for you, I am so excited about my topic. I just got through writing a couple of books, and the last one I wrote, I did a little voiceover of the Lion King. I compared how the Lion King's life, little Simba, is similar to our lives. And we're going to talk about the different ways in which we can bring out our storytelling and how we can be creative in our writing. I am so excited about the opportunity to be able to communicate that to you. We're going to help bring out the creative mind in you. We're going to help you overcome those fears of being able to speak. There is a voice inside of you. There is a story inside of you. There is greatness inside of you. And I am excited about helping you bring that out. We will have a lot of fun. We will do a lot of activities. We're going to do everything we can to bring out the greatness in you.
I told you, I was not exaggerating when I told you that you got the best in the group. The next person, definitely not the least, is Deidre. Listen, this woman is such an inspiration. She's such a motivator. She's such a sweetheart. These are people, when you have them in your group, there are no negative moments. It's all about joy. It's all about happiness. These are kind of individuals that make sure that everybody's having an awesome time. Everybody's emotional stability is intact. Everybody's well taken care of. You need these kind of people in your group when things are not going on right, to tell you how good you are, to tell you how beautiful you are, to tell you how things are going positively well, even when you don't see it. And that is why I'm so grateful to have Deidre in this group. It's an awesome pleasure to have you. And this is one of the best moments of, I haven't said this a lot to her, but I mean every single word that I'm saying to you today. It is an awesome time having you in the Unscripted Voices Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Deidre.
Ify, thank you so much. You know, my joke to you is that, and I tell other people that I had to come around because I wanted to do this after speaking on Unscripted Voices, that I had to stalk you. And I was like, hey, I saw the kids, I saw what was going on. I'm like, hey, I want to be a part of that, Ify. I want to be a part of that. And so I am so grateful. I have spent the majority of my life, I wanted to be a pediatrician as a child. And I've spent the majority of my life working in child serving systems. And I've watched children who have had all kinds of behaviors, big behaviors. I've watched children who have been abused, and I've watched what it means to breathe life into them and to see their face come up and to see them smile. And it just does so much for me. And hopefully, and we know that when we do that, we help and support children. And that's what this is about. We help them to stand tall, to know who they are, and to recognize the greatness in them. So this is so important to me. I will be working with Pamela, which I am very excited about. And we are going to be working on public speaking. We're going to work on some really cute exercises. One is about what characteristics do you have that show a color? Are you an orange? Are you a blue? We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So we're very excited about this, and I'm so grateful. The other part that I play, and I'm so grateful to be able to do that, and I take this seriously, is I'm always, any child that I have any connection to, I stalk them too. Hey, your child, my grandbabies, my niece and nephew, everybody, every child should be a part of this. Not like you said in the last show, Ify, to make them be something that they're not, but to support them in knowing who they are so that they can be the best that they are. And so I am so grateful to be a part of this. And I thank you so much for allowing me to do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Deidre. I told you she's a powerful, fully loaded individual that you wanna associate your children with her. So the next person, of course, is gonna be my man, Lou. Lou is a friend. Lou is such an inspiration. This is a die-hard man who does not give up, who is not shy to always try the new things. So this is where it becomes very important, because you need such an individual to expose your children in making sure they are not as scared of anything, they are not afraid of anything in their life. I want to introduce you to Lou, one of the mentors in the group. What's up, Lou?
What's going on? My name is Lewis. Thank you, Ify Mccoy. My name is Lewis. I am a youth motivational speaker. Not only that, I work for Twitter. I'm a AV senior support engineer. So I make sure all the conference rooms are up and running, and I also make sure that the streams are looking good. So I'm part of this group. Why? Because I want to give back. I want to give back to the young people. That's it. I want to give back. And what I'm doing here, my part, the role I play here, is helping them on the technical side, streaming. We're going to talk about lights, the type of lights, cameras, microphones, how to set them up, where to set the camera. We don't want the camera looking too far up, too far down. We want the camera, the lighting perfect, the microphone perfect, different types of microphone. What people don't understand is that when you're speaking, microphone is the most important thing, because when you're speaking, it's your voice that you're using. So you have to have the right microphone. You have to make sure you sound good. We're also going to talk about camera presence. We're going to take everything that they learned in all the sessions and put it into action. We're going to make sure they're comfortable on camera, that they're looking at the camera, not at the screen, because if they're looking at the screen, there's no connection, there's separation. But when they're looking at the camera, there is a connection. You feel like I'm talking to you. So I'm going to go over all those good things with them. We're going to practice speeches, practice looking at the camera, and we're going to make sure that they have this down packed. So when they go live and they stream, it's good to go. I look forward to meeting you all and your children and getting this going. Thank you, Ify.
You heard it from Lou, my man. It's not just about teaching your children how to speak or how to write. We're also going to teach them on how to manage equipment, how to set up, how to look into the camera and have an eye contact, how to gesture. All these things are very important for your children's public image. All right, guys, the next person who is going to be a wonderful inspirational mentor for your child is no other person than Sasha herself. I met this lady through the Power Voice system, and ever since then, she has been an inspirational individual. And I think this is someone you want to meet. Sasha.
My name is Sasha Peril. I joined the Unscripted Academy as a coach and mentor because I think it is so crucial for children to have a platform to develop their voices and to understand that their voice is important and that what they do in this world really matters. To have them develop their voice and to find their truth and power and ripple that out to other children, I think is such a priceless thing to be able to contribute to. In this academy, I'm going to be teaching the power of reading and how reading can completely transform our mind and our life.
So the next person, the next mentor I'm introducing to you is gonna be no other person than Nicole. Listen, I tell you this, when you see us on the forefront, when you see people like Pamela on the show, you see people like Ify on the show, there are people who are called the backbones, people who make things happen. You don't always see them on the show. Matter of fact, she refused to be introduced. She said, no, she's not coming up. I said, no, you are too important not to be mentioned these days. So the next thing I'm introducing to you is Nicole. And Nicole, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing for these awesome people today.
All right, Ify. I appreciate it. And, I will be the contact. I will connect you all. I will put all your stuff together. If you have any questions about your courses, I will be in the background trying to help everything work, help your mentors get in touch with you, help you get your classes set up and all of that kind of thing, helping the mentors getting connected with you kids. I got connected with Ify through Pamela, and it literally took me about 15 minutes of being in the first meeting to go, yeah, I will be a part of this because I believe in it. My husband and I used to be youth pastors, so I get it. And if your kids can get this young, man, the things that they can do early and not have to wait till they're our age and finally get it, that would be fantastic. So I am privileged and honored to be a part of this group that is on Unscripted. Thank you so much, Ify.
You heard it. You heard it. Nicole is the engine oil of the engine. So she's very important and highly illustrious. Now, before I bring in the last person and not the least, I want to talk about my own area, which you might be aware, you might not be aware. I'm going to be taking the courses on purpose discovery and brand leveraging. Now, we cannot overemphasize what purpose is. Purpose is key. Purpose is life. Purpose is the reason for being. So helping your children to discover, identify, and polish their purpose will be my own handiwork when it comes to Unscripted Voices Academy. When your children come into the group, as they're going to be attending different classes, I'm going to be making sure that they identify their purpose or have an idea of what their purpose is, and also help them to discover their passion. My favorite book says that your gift will make way for you. We're going to help your children to identify their gift. So when they start leveraging on their gift, listen, the reason why I said before, you go to college to refine your gift. You go to college to magnify your gift. You go to college to bring out the best that is already in you. So helping your children to identify those gifts, helping them to identify what area their brain band lies, and helping them to discover their purpose will be my purpose in this group. So welcome aboard. And the last person I'm going to be introducing to you is going to be no other person than the queen herself, Pamela in the building. What's up, Pamela?
You are an amazing leader, and I just want to give credit there because my favorite book says that we should do that. We give honor where it is due. And I thank you for your vision. I thank you for your commitment. And I thank you for your willingness to reach out and create this synergy that we all have, because we've all been directed by design for such a time as this. So I want to thank you, sir. And I know everybody here feels the same way. So I am Pamela Hinkle, and I speak, teach, and coach success. That's my heartbeat. I am also a minister and have been for over 25 years, which is also a big part of my heartbeat. The reason I am here, part of my teaching for 15 years was in the public arena, teaching public speaking. And I taught it to children and to youth. It was amazing. And the reason I taught in that arena was because they wanted the young people to learn about purpose by design, not by default. They wanted to empower these generations. And I have not taught in an academy setting in a number of years, because we had small children that had to get a little bit bigger so that mom could be released to go back and do those things. And all of a sudden, Unscripted Voices appears, and it matches and harmonizes with my heart for young people to resonate with their purpose by design, not by default, which is exactly what our leader is doing. What will I be teaching? Well, Deidre already touched on much of that, but I'll just reiterate this because she's my partner in this, and I'm so grateful for you, Deidre. I need your help, honey. But we will be talking and teaching your children, mentoring them about leadership. What is servant leadership? What does leadership look like with integrity? What does it sound like? Also taking them into a nice adventure, we'll call it a safari, on who they really are. Who they are. You know, the two most powerful words on this side of heaven are I am, because of what follows. And we want your children, all children that our lives can touch, to know who they are, that they can say, I am this, I am that. And so part of my purpose will be to help them dig down deep and develop that. And then they're going to be doing speeches on who they are, the I am speech. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to working with your kiddos. It's a privilege and an honor. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ify. This has been amazing. Woo!
It's been awesome. Look, y'all, I want to tell this. I want to say this. Your children, they need this. You did not have the opportunity when you were growing up. So do not deny your children the opportunity they have right now to be better, to learn everything they need to learn. We are not just talking about public speaking. No, we're talking about value-oriented teachings, not just going out there for them to know how to speak. Value-oriented teachings on how your children can be good in public speaking and writing. We have others in the building. We have, leaders in the building. We have coaches and mentors. We all coming together to make sure that your children are fully equipped and really, really ready for their future. So if you want to invest in your children, this is the place. This is the time, and this is the moment. And Pamela, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to share this experience on your show. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience today. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who has joined us today. Thank you. I really appreciate your presence today.
Amazing. Just amazing. These people, these mentors, oh my goodness. All of this greatness wrapped up in one academy. I tell you what, there are going to be so many lives changed of so many children and youth. And this is a passion of mine. Youth and children are one of my heartbeats. I love to see them plugged into the right places that are going to pull out of them all the greatness within them. And so if you want to be involved, if you have a child or know somebody with a child or a youth that you think, hey, this is what they need, you're going to be able to see here in a moment exactly how to plug them in. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of the Pamela Show, part 2 of Unscripted Voices. Meet the mentors. It has been a treasure to have you here. to be able to listen to all that these mentors have poured out today. Thank you for coming. And remember, you have a purpose by design, not by default. Go out there and be the salt and the light everywhere you go.
Pamela Henkel is the founder of the Purpose Center. Pamela is a mindset mentor, author, speaker, minister, and transformation coach. Her weekly podcast, international radio show, and television show are a lifeline that changes lives and inspires people to discover their individual potential through realizing their purpose by design. Pamela is a natural motivator and has shown many how to find their niche and transform their lives. Although success is an uphill battle, Pamela gives the necessary strategies to flourish, cheering you on every step of the way. Pamela shares from her personal experiences, education, and life as a woman in leadership, utilizing decades of knowledge. Taking the approach of, let's have coffee and chat, she will awaken your dreams and purpose by design. Are you ready for Pamela to help guide you? Email us at purposewpamela.office@gmail.com or go to her website at purposewithpamela.com.